Listen guys, Foxy 7 here on a Saturday, and we're here with a Buffalo Bills training camp recap video from Thursday and Friday, day 7 and 8. Day 8 was the return of Blue and Red at New Era Field, and we're going to start to recap with Thursday practice back at St. John Fisher College. So we're going to be recapping that right now here on Foxy 7. Got the notes right here on Foxy 7. So let's start with the defensive line. Ed Oliver, he continued to improve on Thursday. He made coaches every reason to make him the starter for defensive tackle, but Jordan Phillips is going to be making him work for it. Oliver dominated in the red zone drill, penetrating the backfield on multiple occasions. At one point, he moved so quickly that 3 offensive linemen fell to the ground trying to react. So, very good job by Oliver. I mean, he's been doing very well this training camp, and he's been getting praised for it. And going to Jordan Phillips, he's been spotting passes all training camp, he played very well on 3 straight days, deflecting passes from Allen. So, very good job for the defensive line on Oliver and Jordan Phillips fighting for that defensive tackle spot, replacing Kyle Williams out there. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go to wide receiver. John Brown, Cole Beasley, and James Jones made the top 3 targets for Josh Allen, Robert Foster, and Andre Roberts are the next 2 in line. All 5 players are making regular appearances with the first team starters. Next is Ray McLeod, who's been playing more with the starters. Played more with the starters over the past week. Bills practicing loose ball drills on Thursday. Defensive practice stripping the football, and both offense and defense practice diving on the loose ball. So they practice with side if there's a loose ball, like fumbling, for example, what to do on that. Let's go to offensive line. Bill signed Nico Sanguccio in placement for Isaiah Atancha, who retired, and Jamil Cyrils, who was released due to an injury settlement. So there you go. Let's go over the injury report from Thursday, and then we'll go over the stuff from yesterday, from last night. Bill's injury report from Thursday. Let's start with another off days. Frank Gore, Starler Tulane, Lee Smith, Trent Murphy, and Leandre Ronald. Those are the players who have veteran off days. Players who are already injured and are still recovering from the injury list, from injuries: Mitch Morse with the concussion, Tyler Clark with a foot, although there is some good news on that from yesterday. We'll be going over that later on in the video. Dawson Knox with a hamstring injury, so they do have issues with tight end. Dawson Knox and Jason Klum too, and Robert Thomas with the knee injury. To be continued, Micah Hyde, who suffered a neck injury on Thursday, he left practice early Wednesday, didn't practice Thursday, and Jerry Hughes did not practice Thursday with an ankle injury. Quentin Spade with foot soreness did not practice Thursday as well. So the injury bug is continuously hurting the Buffalo Bills, and I think just the injury bug is hurting the Buffalo Bills. So we'll get to more info on that, but let's recap Friday's training camp. Let's recap last night. It was at New Era Field in front of a big crowd. Very nice crowd at New Era Field on the return of the Blue and Red. So we're going to recap that right now. Let's start with a tight end. Persistent injuries on the tight end had opened things up for the 7th round pick Tommy Sweeney. He's flashed through the first team work in place of Jason Klum, and Dawson Knox due to injuries. On Friday night, Sweeney got behind Matt Milano for a sweet connection with Allen, who's been playing very well this season in camp, as the second-year quarterback scrambled on a different plate, out-muscled Matt Milano and Yee Marlowe for a touchdown and goal line work. Also, the Buffalo Bills have special guest Will Lucas. I believe he is 8 years old. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong with his age. They let him run into the touchdown. He is battling cancer from a shot. He is part of the Stones Brothers program, which I know very well on. Will Lucas, Buffalo Bills had him for a special guest on Friday, and he actually ran in for a touchdown, and he fired up the team before training camp even got started. So there you go. Good job to Will Lucas. Let's go to the wide receiver position. Bills Western veteran got John Brown on Friday, as we're going to talk about in the injury report. Allen lost his favorite target of camp due to another off day. So John Brown did not practice on Friday due to another off day. Instead, he looked back to Jay Jones, and Bills actually had some depth at wide receiver. Jones showed off some great route running against the top CV to Xavier's right, and Allen found him numerous times on the night. So very good job for the Buffalo Bills. They do have a lot of depth at that wide receiver spot, and unfortunately, they're gonna have to cut maybe a couple of good wide receivers at the end. When the roster goes from 90 to 53. So we shall see what happens on that. Let's go to the injuries now. Mitch Morse. Killer Mitch Morse. We've been talking about him. We talked about him earlier in the video. He is still dealing with that concussion. Hopefully he'll be back for the first preseason game, which gets underway next Thursday at home against Indianapolis, which had with his injury, that has left Russell Bodine as starting center. So we will see about that. It was John Feliciano, but injuries continue on that offensive line, as John Feliciano had to leave early due to an injury. So big news there. John Feliciano left training camp early yesterday due to an injury. So hopefully he gets better. Gonna need to. Starting to really get low on the offensive line. Tight end Tyler Clark was on the sideline, not in a walking boot, which is a good sign, in my opinion. That's a good sign. He's off that walking boot, but unfortunately, he will not be ready for the regular season. He will definitely not be ready for the preseason. I would expect him to be back by at least week 3, or maybe after the bye week he'll be back, but we'll see what happens there. Micah Hyde is still recovering from that neck injury. He was out yesterday. He was replaced by Kurt Coleman. And now, as we go to the veteran off days, Shady McCoy, Roger Alexander, Ty Neshek, and John Brown all had veteran off days on Friday. So again, let me repeat that again. Shady McCoy, LaShawn McCoy, Roger Alexander, Ty Neshek, and John Brown. They all had veteran off days. So that is the recap from yesterday, the Beyond Blue and Red practice from yesterday at Mirror Field. They were back at Mirror Field, and Josh Allen. Good news on that, he spent over an hour. Yesterday signing autographs for people. He is a very nice player, in my opinion. Unless you're on the other team. But he does so much for this community of Buffalo. And he likes it here. I mean, that's a good sign. Josh Allen. I mean, we saw the other day, a Miami Dolphins fan gave him a Dolphins shirt to sign. He said, "No, but I'm not going to sign that." And he got he got an Allen shirt, and he signed it for that little kid right there. So very good job by Allen. And final And I should go to the next practice, which will be tomorrow at 2:45, back in Rochester, New York, back at St. John's Christian College in the Rochester area. That will be the final open practice. That will be the final practice that you will need a ticket for. I think that will be a very big crowd out at St. John's Christian College. And then they will be back in action tomorrow, and we will have that recap tomorrow afternoon, and then they're back in action Tuesday for a 9:45 practice, and then they get ready for their first preseason game, which will be on Thursday. And then after that, they have a joint practice with Carolina, which we will have more info on that for you here on Fox News 7. So let's first wrap up this video. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been the recap video for Buffalo Bills training camp. Day 7 and 8. Day 8 was yesterday, and Day 7 was Thursday. So Bills, after 3 straight days with a training camp practice, they will be off. They will have an off day today, and they will be back in action tomorrow. We will have more info on that. Excuse me. But coming up tomorrow, we're gonna have maybe a UV Bulls video. Got the quarterback position to talk about there. Maybe we'll catch up on the Toronto Blue Jays video. We will have a Buffalo Bills Day 9 video tomorrow, so stay tuned for all that right here on Fox News 7 on the Fox News 7 Talk Anything channel. See you everybody, have a great day.